moments later.
Okay, you're okay? Good? Okay, nice and easy. 1, 2, nice and steady, just say track left. You're okay, just stay on the left. Stay out on the left, stay slow after the Okay, you're okay? Good? Okay, nice and easy. So because when you're going down into turn 10, it's downhill, you're going to have a crest of the hill, and right as you crest that hill, that's where the car is going to be the most unstable, right? That's where the weight of the car gets really, really light, but it's also your braking zone and where you're turning in and where you're downshifting, so it's the best chance to upset the car any way possible. So in the spec, what you're doing is you're trail braking your left foot, and then you move everything over, you get your downshift done, and then once the car is stable, then you turn in. And that plays to your benefit because it's already a late turn-in, because the apex is way late. You can see there's like that big patch of dirt on the inside. If you go towards the middle of it or the front of it, you apex too early and you're fighting and you run out of track. You want to apex that back end, which is why I'm saying make it late, and then we got a straight line on exit.
Where the dirt is.
Yes, but it's the end of the dirt because the dirt lasts for like half the turn, right?
Yeah.
So you look for that patch of dirt and you want to apex the very, very
look
back
for
side.
Look apex right at the grass, the end of the dirt.
Yeah, that's what that is your apex. And from there, in pretty much all of these cars, because you're now going uphill, at the bottom of the hill, and you're still a little bit off camber, use the throttle. The actual input of the hands won't change, but you add, it's not good, you add more throttle, and that's what's going to steer the car, that's what's going to pull the car to the outside of the track, so you're now online. So the braking point and the turn-in point, like we were saying, just after the crest of the hill, as you start to go downhill, then you're going to turn in, and hopefully you can use the weight of the car now shift it to the front end of the car to get you a little bit.
When should I breathe off the brakes?
Breathe off the brakes at a full turn.
Just
yeah, like I'm literally just moving the wheel now. I will turn with my foot on the brake or add a little bit more brake again if I'm overcooking it, obviously. But then if I just can't get the front end set, a little bit of brake just to get the car rode up, and then
they trail brake a lot and off camber stuff. My home tracks trail brake deep in the turn to get the car rotated, because otherwise it's just not going around.
Right, and the other trick with it'll work with front wheel drive as well, but it's big with the rear wheel drive stuff, is when the front end is pushing, just lift off the gas, and you don't have to change the trick to your hands. You just lift off the gas, and it's just going to either bring it in more, you add gas to let it track out, you actually start steering the car with the gas pedal. And as we're talking with this, the front wheel drive, now you're steering, you're looking for your front end traction, and this is where you're applying power. So you're asking a lot from those front tires. When I say power out, you can really keep the wheel as it's turned, just add more throttle, and the car's naturally going to come to the outside. That's going to carry your momentum, and it's going to get you a better run into whatever the next straightaway is, right?
So I'm going into 10 to the spin. Did I just need to enter that at a slower speed?
A little bit. The actual rate of, you could carry a good amount of speed to it, like we were. It was, the car was unstable, whether it was too hard of abrupt braking, so the back end was coming around. The biggest thing that happened is you can feel it, and maybe we'll be able to see it in the wheel in the video. The back end's trying to dance on us a little bit because we crested the hill, we're braking, and it was a little bit of trail braking. We're turning the wheel as we're braking, right? So now we're asking for a lot from the car. The car is upset, and then if we made one adjustment that was a little bit too fast, it was like that. That's all I needed because you didn't have the grip because the back end was dancing. And the more time that we spend with the car, the more that we drive the car, the more we're going to feel those little nuances of this is the limit, this is what this tire is doing. And if you do this for years and years and years, you can physically feel at all times what each corner of the car is doing. So if you guys ride with me in the red car at some point, you'll notice I'm being smooth in my hands and I'm being patient, right? And I'm rolling on the gas pedal, but I'm using full throttle most of the time out here. But you'll notice I'll be turned, and then I'll do this, and then I'll go back, because I can feel exactly where that passenger side tire through turn 9, feel exactly where it's letting go. Okay, just a little bit less input, just to get to bite again to keep going. It's not a sawing away, it's just a little bit less. You can physically feel the limit the more you do this, especially these will talk to you. If you listen to them and you can feel it in the wheel, these will tell you everything you need to know. And it will not necessarily slip and slide or chatter, but it'll feel like the car's on casters, like the car slip angle, essentially.
Yeah. I felt a lot of that going into 7.
Yeah.
The right hand
Yep.
7.
Yep.
I feel like that's where I felt it the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched you pull slip angle on the first session in here.
I was there.
Whoa! All right, that does it for this video and for this weekend. It was a blast. This weekend was about learning and trying to get faster, and I think I achieved that. Just learning about myself, learning about my driving, my car, learning about how such subtle changes to the suspension can affect it so much. At the beginning of this weekend, I believe I was starting with lap times around 1 minute 50 seconds, 1:51, hovering around that area. And throughout the weekend, I set small personal goals for myself. I eventually got down to 149, and I saw that I was getting close to 148, so I shot for 148. I got the 148. It was a low 48. It was like a 48.0. So I was like, I can do 47. And it just progressed throughout the whole weekend. And I did eventually get that 47.5. And then once I got that, we threw on slicks and we went much faster. And it was so fun. Thank you to JR for always sitting right seat and giving me the guidance that I need on track, and for always teaching me everything that you do teach me. Thank you to Holly and the K-Power guys for hosting such an amazing event. It was such a good time. But I think that wraps it up for this video. I'm extremely tired. We are driving back to Chicago about 2.5 hours ago. We just got on the road now. If you guys like what you see, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to stay updated with the build and updated on my progress as a driver, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any comments on anything at all, go ahead and put it down in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. I feel like I do a pretty good job at that, so go ahead and do that. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.
Yo, this is Brian Bang's YouTube channel. All right, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you support us on our Patreon. We have 3 different levels. We have the Scum level, which is only $65 a month. We have our Novice level, which is about $100 a month, and then you have your Ultra Premium Bathtub Water subscriber, $4,000 a month. Go ahead and subscribe for that. This is a bathtub guy. He drinks the bath water every night, and
without the ice.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.